everyone. Welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday evening. And because we have music, we're so glad that you're with us this evening. And I got to tell you, it's ladies' night. We've got two just amazing, dynamic songwriters, singers, poets. It's really going to be very exciting. And we're so happy to welcome Amy Speace with us this evening. Yay, Amy. It's so nice to have you back. Good, dear friend, and just amazing musician. And to also feature just a wonderful, wonderful woman, great songwriter, Burwell, is going to be with us this evening as well. So let me just kind of give you a little bit of background, and I'm going to invite Whitney to pop on with us. So Burwell, inspired by nostalgia, singer-songwriter Burwell is on a quest to unearth the beauty through reflection. With music featured in Rolling Stone magazine and American Songwriter, her music has been described as having ballet grace with poetic devotion. So let's all give a big round and welcome Burwell.
Thank you.
It's so glad to. I'm so happy to have you with us this evening.
Thank you. What a treat. Thank you for having me.
We had the great opportunity to watch a podcast that you did with your band. And we were just like, oh my gosh, we were blown away. We didn't move away from the screen for the entire time.
It's awesome.
So tell us a little bit about, how you got started with songwriting.
Yeah, so I've been writing since high school, usually keeping it in my journals, keeping it kind of to myself. I started playing shows when I was 17, which I guess for context was over 10 years ago now. But I've been playing for a while, and I love songwriting. I've been in a couple of bands. I was in a folk duo, then I was in a pop trio, and now I am a solo act. So this is a little new for me. I'm used to having a band behind me. But the songwriting is by far my favorite part. So it's always been the best part.
Well, what are you gonna sing for us tonight?
So I'm gonna share 4 songs with you. The first one is called On the Road. And yeah, that's where I'm gonna start.
Sounds wonderful. We're ready.
Cool. So On the Road, hello there. On the Road is a song for anyone who's ever felt like maybe there was no sense of home. There have been times in my life where I wasn't sure what home was or what home meant. But anytime I was traveling, I felt just a sense of home on the road. So the song is about that. It's called On the Road. Circles where I have been before. Look at the time. This place is not mine. I feel alive every time I close the door. Here we go on the road somewhere I don't know, but we're going home. We're gone forever. Here we go on the road somewhere I don't know, but we're going home. We're gone forever. It might be slow. Look out the window. A sea of strangers. You're not alone. From your train car, you're never too far. The place you're going might be right where you are. Here we go on the road somewhere I don't know, but we're going home. on the road somewhere I don't know, but we're going home. We're gone forever. Where I'm meant to be, I'll find it. There in a minute, I'll find it next to me. Ooh. Here we go on the road somewhere I don't know, but we're going home. We're gone forever. Here we go on the road somewhere I don't know, but we're going home. We're gone forever.
Woo! Beautiful, beautiful.
Wow. Thanks, y'all. Thank you.
You know, I think over this past year, we've all felt like we've been on a journey and not been able to quite find home. You know, even though we've been stuck at home, but it's just been so different. And you know, that song just really spoke to me. You know,
Thank
we're
you.
home, we're home, but we're still we're not home because we haven't been able to be around our friends and family. You know, those things that make us really feel safe and secure.
I
So
agree. Yeah.
beautiful. And I love your studio, all your twinkle lights.
I know, they're beautiful.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
Thank you. I did this for y'all, so I'm glad you like it.
All right. Well, we're going to swing around in the round and welcome Amy.
Oh,
Now-
I'm so excited to
I know we're
see
very
you,
excited to
Amy.
have Amy.
Hey guys.
Amy.
I know.
I've known Amy for a long time, and just
Oh yeah, 20 years, Paul, I think.
I think so. And what a joy it's been to see your growth as an artist over all these years.
So I want to tell everyone just a little bit about Amy. I mean, as we go through the night, I reveal more. But, you know, for our Zoom audience, Amy's native to Baltimore and to the iconic folk venues of New York City, where she was discovered by an amazing woman, Judy Collins. That's where a lot of this all began for her, and she was signed to her Wildflower Records label in 2009. She just went to this amazing, diverse musical community, which I think she calls home now, is Nashville.
Yes.
And you were just in the UK. What has it been? Over a year?
It was a year. It was this time last year I was coming home right as when COVID was there, but it was still kind of an obscure thing. And so my last big tour was in the UK.
But there was an award there. Tell us about it.
Oh yeah, and I'm sad that I couldn't get my piano doesn't work through Zoom very well on other live streams, but I wanted to play that song. But I won for my song "Me and the Ghost of Charlemagne." I won International Song of the Year from the Americana Music Association.
So well deserved.
Yeah.
So well deserved.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Song that is, Amy.
Say that again. I didn't hear you.
Oh, that's such a great song.
Oh, thank you. I got to have my mom with me for the award show, which was so fun because she walked the red carpet with me. And then at the table, they put us at the table, like right down front with my label. And they had like these sort of celebrities who were around. And one was Martin Freeman, the actor who played the Hobbit. And at least for me, I'm super fangirl because he played in the most recent Sherlock Holmes thing, he played Watson. And I had a massive crush on Watson, and he's sitting next to me. And then on the other side is Mary Chapin Carpenter, who I know, but my mother is a huge fan of and didn't know. And my mom just fangirled all over Mary Chapin Carpenter, and I fangirled over The Hobbit. So.
Sliding big time.
And then I won an award, and it was like, it doesn't even matter. I'm hanging out with Martin Freeman. So
That's so cool. So what are you going to sing for us tonight?
I'm going to start with the title track to my new record that comes out in April. It's called There Used to Be Horses Here. There used to be horses here, where the grass was left to grow wild, behind the white picket fence that seemed to go on for a mile. There used to be horses here, on the way up Yellow Springs Road, beautiful amber maids, and the sun gleaming off of their coats. And I wanted to see them that day in October, running fast up the hill to the sky. I wanted to see them in perfect formation one more time, one more time. There used to be horses here. My father knew the owner from church. They've torn down the old brick house. Now there's just a big hole in the earth. And I wanted to see them that day in October, running fast up the hill to the sky. I wanted to see them in perfect formation one more time, one more time. There used to be horses here when Dad had his house in the trees, wherever they took them. Well, I hope it's a place they run free. And I wanted to see them that day in October, running fast up the hill to the sky. I wanted to see them in perfect formation one more time. Oh, I came back to see him so I could remember the faded blue of his eyes. Wanted to see him fly off to forever one more time, one more time, one more time. There used to be horses here, one more time.
Woo!
Thank you.
Beautiful.
I love the can applause. It's awesome.
You know, because
Well-
I know that everyone that's in the room is like wanting to applaud, and they're moving, and they're, you know, in the chat going, wow, you know.
They all sent us their applause, and
That's
I mixed
right.
it together. And
I love it. I love it.
So this
beautiful,
new
Amy.
album,
Yeah.
I noticed like you were doing some photo shoots, and
All of it.
it's so awesome.
Thank
But
you.
in case, well, I'm sure many of you might not know, but Amy also has this amazing dude that lives with her. Her
Yeah.
son, who
Yeah, Huckleberry is my son's name. All the songs on this record were actually written in between my son's first birthday and in the year, and then my father died, and so I was sort of grappling with that idea of time, and the idea of having a son so late in life meant that I wasn't going to have my parents around as he grew up. So it sounds like a really despairing, sad record, but it's actually very much filled with hope and light and just the turning of the clock. So
he's adorable, and if you ever get a chance, if you like Amy on Facebook, you just these great shots with him singing or hanging out in the snow, and what an inspiration.
Thanks. At one point, we're going to have to stop making him a social media guy, but
Yeah.
he's going to say, "No, Mama, no." But
Oh, I know. Well, I want to give everybody just a big shout out, and I want to thank all of our friends who have joined us from Zoom. As the evening goes on, as many of you know, we offer an opportunity for you to show your thanks and your support of arts and music by making donations to the tip jar. And we've just had our first donation come in, $200. Which is amazing.
Our
So
dear
very
friends.
dear friends, Tracy and John Jackaman. And so we want to thank them. They have been tremendous supporters of this this concert series and tremendous supporters of Kid Pen Alley and music for children. And they're just wonderful people. So for the rest of you, we hope that you will take this opportunity to make your donation. It's also a grand way to applaud the artists that are performing this evening, and that money is divided and shared with them.
And that'll scroll across the bottom of the screen.
It will.
Now,
There's a
on
lot of
cue.
different ways that you
different
can
ways.
make your donation. And if you're having any difficulty, just go into chat, and Ryan or myself or Paul will help navigate that with you. But I think Paul, we've got a guest who's going to
I know.
perform.
We a pilgrim wandered in, and she's got something in the oven, so I thought I'd take advantage of before it burns and get her to sing a song for us, because she's going to be on our next concert on March 14th. It's my dear friend Georgia Middleman, who is a fantastic singer and songwriter. To give you an idea of how amazing she is in a trio with Kenny Loggins, Gary Burr, who is one of the foremost songwriters in Nashville, and Georgia, and she more than holds her own in that trio. She's amazing. I met her years ago. We wrote some songs together at the Virginia Center for the Creative Arts, and I've just been a huge admirer of her and her music. Are you there, Georgia? This is totally on the fly, so we'll see how this works.
Can you hear me, Paul?
I can.
Okay, good. Hi, everybody.
We
That
can't
was
see you,
though.
See me? Hang on, let's see. Can you see me now? No? Uh-oh.
hey, Georgia, it's Amy. I can see you.
Hi.
Hey, sweetie.
So beautiful, Amy.
Well, maybe
and
this
Noah.
time. Oh, there
Oh,
you
there
are.
you are. There you are.
Oh, I love your background.
Thank you. I just worked out, and I threw dinner in the oven. I wanted to check out your show because I've never heard Burwell. I've always wanted to hear her. And Amy, I love so much. And Paul and Cheryl, it's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I can't stay long because I have to go grab the food before it comes out.
All right. Sing for us.
I was gonna do a song that and by the way, the song I wrote with Paul I love, and I played on piano. I can't play that tonight, but I want to play that sometime, Paul. I love The Trouble with Angels. I love our song.
I do too. And we do that song Forgiveness that you and I and Pam Rose wrote together there.
That's right. Oh, I love that
One of
song.
my favorite songs I've ever written. Thanks to you.
I think I'm gonna do a song that there's a woman named Stephanie C. Brown that I met in Nashville. What she does is she opens up her diary and lets me go through it. Isn't that so nice of her? And I pulled out this title it was a gorgeous letter she wrote to herself about a breakup that she had with this man. And she was talking about who she became as a result of that relationship. And I thought that was so beautiful. So the two of us sat down and wrote this song. It's called The Me I Was With You. It goes like this. Wow. if you were to ask me what it is that I'll miss about you, I'd say this. It'd be something that I never thought I'd lose. The me I was with you. I suppose I'll find somebody else, maybe even new sides of myself. But I wonder what will happen to the me I was with you. Will she still laugh? Will she still feel the passion and her hold back for a little while? Will she jump in or watch from a distance with a sad, sad smile? Will I still laugh? Will I still feel the passion or hold back for a little while? Will I jump in or watch from a distance with a sad, sad smile? I don't know just how it'll all end up, but I haven't lost my faith in love, and for that I give the credit to the me I was with you. I'm so glad you introduced me to the me I was with you. And then the dog. Thank you. I look so forward to doing your show.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to having you here with us.
Wonderful.
March 14th at 7 o'clock. And I expect everybody who's here right now who just heard that song is going to be here again with us. And I can't wait because, I just love your music, Georgia.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll right back at you. And Burwell and Amy, you sound beautiful tonight. I wish I could stay longer. Bye, you guys. Thanks for
Thank you
Thanks,
so much
Amy.
for dropping in. And
having
wonderful. Again, ladies' night. What can I
Yeah.
tell you? It's just happening.
Yeah, in fact, since it's ladies' night, I'm going to pass on this next one and go back around to the ladies.
Well, before you do that, I want to shout out to our good friends Natalie and Gail and thank them for their generous donations. They each gave $100 each, and we are so, so appreciative. So keep the donations coming in. It doesn't matter really the size. I mean, small, whatever you feel is appropriate. But what it does is it really helps support the musicians because, as you know, touring and live performances just have not been available. And so this is our way of saying thank you and giving back. It's all part of community.
Yep.
All right, so let's swing back around. And Burwell, we're ready to hear another one.
Cool. Hello. Hello, hello.
And we should say that, can we introduce you by your regular name too?
Yes, you can. It's fine.
Whitney Asher. As Whitney Asher, she is a wonderful friend. She's a music publicist, and she's on our Kid Pan Alley Board of Directors, and has been one of the most amazing people to have there because she has helped us get our publicity and all of those things in order.
She's got just endless energy and just, so forward-thinking, thought-provoking. It's just, she's been a real bright, shining star for us.
Real gift.
You guys are so sweet. Thank you.
Now
It's been such a joy.
back to her other personality.
Yes, to
Okay.
now to
Okay.
Not a Burwell.
Burwell is very shy compared to Whitney on the board. So, all right, great. So this next song speaks to how much trouble I have with silence. I was in the car and trying to fill the space. Called a friend, called my brother. No one was available. And I'm realizing more and more how good it is to embrace silence. But instead of embracing silence, I wrote this song about it, and it's about my inability to embrace it. So here it is. All this silence has got me to thinking what silence does without me in it. I don't want to stay, so I push it away. The noise only keeps me from dealing with the silent emotions I'm feeling that get in the way. Things I don't say. If you see me, can you see through my silence? 'Cause I'm scared you won't like it. Always running away from the moment, so afraid that you'll break my heart open and hate what you find when you see what's inside. If you see me, can you see through my silence? 'Cause I'm scared you won't like it. Wait patiently, meet you there in the silence when I'm not busy hiding. The shadows keep staring me down. Let them in and they figure me out. I can't even face myself. I can't even face myself. The shadows keep staring me down. Let them in and they figure me out. I can't even face myself. I can't even face myself. If you see me, can you see through my silence? 'Cause I'm scared you won't like it. Wait patiently, meet you there in the silence when I'm not busy hiding. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh my gosh. Your songs are just, you know, I think it was in the I have to find my pages. You know, writing songs, you have written songs that have like sat on the shelf for a while.
True. Yep.
That they were new songs from the past, and the whole idea was your new EP, which is what, Boxes?
Yes. So boxes. So I've been doing this single series of releasing old songs from old projects as new music. So it's a series called New Songs from the Past. And I'm working on an EP that is all new songs. But Silence is a song that I kind of wrote a month ago. So I kind of like broke the new songs from the past thing. It's fine. I made it up so I can change my mind.
Exactly.
So yeah.
You can spin it. You're a publicist.
That's right.
Right. So Silence comes out on Friday, by the way. So it'll be out on Friday.
Fantastic.
Can't wait.
Thank you. All right, in true fashion, we swing around, and Amy, come back to us, Amy.
I always have to reach a little too far to get my unmute. Hey guys, that was beautiful, Burwell. It's gorgeous.
So what are you going to do for us?
It's funny she just did a new song because I'm doing my newest song. Yeah, I wrote it last week. And we've had a lot of, I live in Nashville, and our weather has been really crazy town. Let me just make sure I'm in somewhat of a tune. Yeah, so I was telling Cheryl and Paul that we went from 17 degrees to 70 degrees in like 36 hours. And I'm a big walker. I used to be a big runner, but running is like, I kind of angry run. Like I get stuff out by running. And I find that writing is way more conducive to writing. Walking is more conducive to writing. And so I've been in the pandemic to kind of distract myself and to soothe myself. I've been hiking and walking way more than I ever have in my life. And this song I wrote on a walk, actually on a walk in Shelby Bottoms Park. So it's called This February Day. Bridge over the Cumberland, shadowed like a dream, and I see it as the afternoon shines between its beams on this trail where I am following the river this February day. There's something about a train that makes me feel I'm not alone. The echo of the whistle, like a song that I have known all my life. I've had the urge to run away to the unknown instead of stay. The shortest month often is the pivot of the year, the door out of winter and the window to the spring, and I'm hoping for a miracle on this winding way this February day. Years ago I walked this trail, learning to break free of a broken heart and spirit, and it helped me to heal. Now there's ice on the water, snow in the trees that bend and sway, and the deer aren't afraid. There's a buck and a doe, and there's an owl in the tree, and I can hear her howl and moan. My heart is fragile like a cloud, cold to the bone in the gray. Oh, the miles on this path could sweat it all away, the doubt and the fear and the words I wish I didn't say, the amends for the past and the years I remember in today. This February day. So I walk in silence, let myself cry. Oh, I'm looking for an answer in the earth and the sky, and I'm reaching for a God I don't believe in all the time in my prayers. One foot and then the other, it's a comforting beat that moves the sorrow through my soul and out as I weep to the hawk in the sky and the cracked concrete on this trail. Oh, sometimes my prayer is quiet, sometimes I loudly beg to the ice and the snow, through the chill on my breath, and I write this song to say that I love you more than words could say. this February day, this February day. Next week is my birthday, and I might be alone, but no matter who I'm with or where I am, I have a home on this trail along the river where I feel that I belong, come what may. This February day. Thank you.
Wow, what a beautiful song, Amy.
Thank you, guys.
And Peter Wolf just said, wow, with 4 exclamation points.
Thank you, Peter Wolf.
Oh my gosh.
Captivating is actually-
Well, you know, Amy and Burwell, you have definitely been inspirational. We've gotten more donations coming in to the tip jar from Wendy, James, Lynn, and even our Kid Pan Alley board president, Doug Hamburger. So we want to give a big shout out and say thank you.
Thank you
so
thank
much
you.
for your generosity. We really appreciate it. And there's more to come. But, you know, Paul, you want to tell them a little bit about this song?
Well, since Amy did a brand new song, let's us do a brand new song. This is one I wrote last Saturday with Tom Prasado Rao. Tom was on our last concert 2 weeks ago, and he just melted me. He was so incredible, and he said, well, Paul, why don't you and I write a song together next weekend? So we did. We wrote this song. And what we did is I had a bunch of titles written down from years and years ago, because the way I'm working now, when I'm working with the kids, I just never run out of ideas because they always have fresh ideas. So I don't really write things down much anymore. I just kind of go, well, I'm standing by a river that's just been stocked and I'm going to throw my line in and catch something. But we looked at this old bunch and there was one in there called Half-Life of a Broken Heart. And Tom said, let's write that. And we did. And I just love this song. I look forward to when you can hear Tom sing it too, but Cheryl,
I learned
and I
it.
just
I
learned
learned
it,
it,
and it's beautiful the way
so-
Cheryl sings it.
You have to forgive me for looking at a lyric sheet, but it's really the words that, when I heard it, it just kind of speaks to the heart, which is, it's beautiful. So I'm going to take headphones off so I can be with you. Okay. I try to forget, but my heart still remembers that night we gave in, when we finally surrendered to life, to love, to living it up, as if every promise lasts forever. Forever. You can run from love, but you won't get far. It's your hidden shadow no matter where you are. Though the light will fade, there's no homecoming parade. You will always hold a secret part, the life of a broken heart. And who can say if it's ever really over? Why is it so hard to finally found closure? Afraid to make the same old mistakes. When that's all that's left is how to hold her, to hold her. You can run from love, but you won't get far. It's your hidden shadow, no matter where you are. Though the light will fade, there's no homecoming parade. You will always hold a secret part, the half-life of a broken heart. Does it really ever heal? I don't know what to feel. Will it be revealed? And who am I to say that I will ever find my way? You can run from love, but you won't get far. It's your hidden shadow, no matter where you are. Though the light will fade, there's no homecoming parade. When you wish upon a fallen star, the half-life of a broken, the half-life of a broken, the half-life of a broken heart.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, that was its premiere. And good job, Cheryl.
Thank you, Paul. I think we'll practice a little more. Oh, my goodness. So let's swing back around, and Burwell, come back to us.
Hello. It's still here. You guys, that was lovely. I loved it. It was really great. So this next song is it's inspired by the words we don't know how to say. So for me, it was a situation and a meeting with a loved one at a time that just felt tense. And so this was a place that I put the words that I didn't have at the time. And this song is called Out of Place.
Across the room, I saw you at an empty table. Might be too soon, a bit unwilling, but I'm able. Looking at you, the ice begins to melt away with every sound I don't make. Out of turn, out of place, oh, such a waste of things I wish I could say, but it's fragile. Things we have, oh, holding back, but I can't, not today. Softly I tread, overwhelmed by all these empty phrases filling my head. Who you were, it comes and goes in stages, buried within the lines of what was there before, until I don't know anymore. Out of turn, oh, out of place, oh, such a waste of things I wish I could say, but it's fragile. Things we have, oh, holding back, but I can't, not today. As I such a waste of things I wish I could say, but it's fragile. Things we have, oh, holding back, but I can't not today.
Thank you.
The crowd was so entranced they waited.
We had a slight delay.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
When you're writing songs, you were talking about the other song where you were sitting in the car and you were trying to fill silence. Does it like come to you all at one time, or is it something that you find you go back into a rewrite or?
Yeah, so for me, it's very intuitive, and sometimes I'll just try to like emote what I'm feeling and get it out quickly, and I find myself very impatient for the process. It's something, so like if the whole song doesn't come out, I have a hard time going back and editing the song. So usually I try to kind of like power through the song all in one sitting, because I have a hard time going back through it. But it's often very intuitive and very emotionally driven, I guess.
No, it's beautiful, and I think that's one of the mysteries. And Amy, that question's coming to you, girl. So be ready. I think that's one of the great mysteries for people who love music, but don't, they love it as a singer or as a hobby, or if you sang in a chorus and you're singing other people's music. So the whole art of writing music, the actual art of it, and all the poetry and everything, the emotion that goes into it, I think sometimes is a little mystifying to an audience, because they wonder, well, where did that come from? And I think it's always wonderful to be able to share some of that.
Yeah, I agree. It's very mysterious. There's something very mysterious about music.
Very much so. It's just like what you have your favorite poet or your favorite author. Songwriters are they are magical.
I agree.
And I just was looking over here in the chat, and our friend Pam Felber up in New Hampshire, who we just worked with her kids in a Kid Pan Alley residency at her school, Mastway Elementary up there. Had a wonderful, wonderful writing with those kids in concert. And Pam just said, I feel like you all are singing and writing about so many important and difficult topics that I really needed to hear tonight. Thank you so much. And thank you, Amy, and
Burwell. I
I
know
keep
we want
wanting
to
say
call her Whitney. We're having a little identity crisis.
I know. I have one every day, so it's okay. You're not alone.
So if you see us hesitating, it's just because we're trying to shift.
I hesitate too. It's fine.
So let's swing through, and Amy, maybe
Hey guys.
tell us a little bit, because you have written so many songs, you have many albums.
Clearly the first part is that sort of muse connection. It's the inspiration that falls from, and I'm very non-religious yet spiritual, so I believe it does come from sort of the river, the stream, the hawks, the sky, God, goddess, whatever. And that's the initial dump. But I'm a big editor. Like, I've had this next song I'm going to play for you went through like a half a year of rewrites. My early songs, I would say, were very, stream of consciousness comes straight out, but I call them journal songs. They're always about me. They're straight out of my emotional experience. And that's a really, that is something that is needed, because usually the more specific you are about your own emotional experience, then the more universal the song is. But to actually be I realized after a while that my life was kind of boring. So I wanted to go to other people's stories, and it feels like that's a different kind of songwriting. And I write for myself as an artist, but I have written for other people, and it can't just be about me and my emotions. So there definitely is a craft behind songwriting that is that I have studied, and there's rules that you then break. But it's, for me, it's really good to know the scaffolding. And so, like, I'll have that initial, the spark, the germ of the idea, and then I want to get all of the words out as a poet, and then I want to decide what architecture the house is in, and then I start placing things. To me, it's really fun. Once I learned the art of editing, it was like, ooh, it's just like chess. And then there are those songs that, like, the one I played before this February Day, it actually fell out just like that. So there are those songs, and they're little gifts from the universe, but then the rest of them I sweat the shit out of finishing. So I find, like, part of my job, songwriting is the hardest part of my job. Singing's easy. I love to play. Playing's easy. Performing for me is no big deal. The songwriting is where I sweat. Mostly because I think that was the last thing I came to. And I remember I was kind of getting noticed for my voice, and I started to worry because I wanted to be a great songwriter. And somebody said to me, if the comments that you're getting when you walk off stage are that you have a great voice, then you've sort of failed as a songwriter. So I really, like, went in and dug in on songwriting and studied. So my favorite thing to do, and it's the hardest thing I do. That was a long-winded answer to your question, Cheryl.
That's all right. That's all right. Well, no, I think it is important because one of the things that I'm finding since we began this concert series, it's been over a year, almost over a year
now.
Is that I think that our audience becomes much more educated. They develop an appreciation for the multiple genres of musicians and music that we've had perform. But I think it's also just a great way to inform them so that they are not only music consumers, but they are music appreciators.
Yeah, and living in Nashville is interesting. People talk about Nashville, and a lot of people sort of turn their noses up at that because it's such a strict form, the country song. But it's not. And I have found that one thing that's done for me, I moved here 11 years ago, is it kind of put me on my toes. Like, you better if you're going to show up to Nashville, you better either be a really good songwriter or figure it out, or else, because it's not that it's a competitive pool, but you heard Georgia Middleman. Like, that's who you're working with. You better bring a good song if you're going to sit next to Georgia Middleman at the Bluebird. And I love her. Like, we've done songwriting with soldiers together, and we've written songs together. But that is like what the competitive spirit is with yourself, I think. And, like, I want to write a better song than I wrote last week. And how do I do that? I do that by studying the great songwriters like Paul Simon and Guy Clark and John Prine and Georgia Middleman and Paul Reisler, the mentors that are out there. I did that on purpose because he was my first mentor. It's your fault, Paul.
I have to study with you, Amy.
Oh God, no. I'll never forget the first camp I went to with you. You blew my mind. I'll never forget the song that I wrote too. So
I remember that.
So what are you going to sing for us now?
I'm going to sing a song. I wrote this song with Robbie Hecht, who's another Nashville singer-songwriter. This was the one that took a million years to write. It's called The Sea and the Shore. We had 17 verses to this song. We had to cut them down. Said the sea to the shore when the evening tide came in. I'm here to tell you tales of where I've been. Into shells I whispered my love songs in secret rhyme, and left them at your door for you to find. Tempered the force of my waves when your gods would roar, and took care of the ships full of men that you sent off to war. And I've longed for you for so long, said the sea to the shore. Said the shore to the sea, you left me here too long. I was promised to the moon while you were gone. He waited until the brightest night, to demand my hand under his fullest light, and promised he'd always stay and watch over me. Oh, why did you wait till now, said the shore to the sea. Said the sea to the shore, I swore that I'd return. Yes, and here I am with all that I have learned. Oh, I can hold you now with arms of foam and spray, touching you at the coming of dusk and the breaking of day, smoothing out the folds on every stone. Said the sea to the shore, don't leave me here alone. Said the shore to the sea, you said all these things before, and I tell you I can't hear them anymore. Oh, there was a time once I'd have given in. I'd hear your savage whitecaps rolling in. Your troughs would come up slow beneath my chin, and your mists would kiss me softly on my skin, leaving salty trails where you had been, and my legs would give out in your undertow. Oh, but see, that was a long, long time ago. So the sea took one last look and turned away, and the shore was more than strong enough to stay, and castles melted back unto the sand, driftwood drifted up unto the land, rocks rose up proud and shiny skin, and shells began their gossiping again. Thank you.
Beautiful, Amy. Wow.
There were so many comments passing through. So when you have a chance, if you can, or I think Ashley will be able to find it, and that's the link to the video.
Oh, cool. No, I'll scroll through when you guys are, yeah.
Okay. Yes, because, let's see. Oh, golly, who was it that was saying that the video is absolutely amazing?
Oh, thank you.
So,
Puppets.
yeah, just everyone, no.
No, the video was puppets.
Oh, so,
Yeah.
make sure, folks, that you do check through the chat, because there's some great stuff and some great links that are in there.
And some wonderful comments about the
wonderful
music.
comments.
That was Peter Wolf just said it takes my breath away, and does, Amy. Beautiful,
Thank you.
beautiful, and thanks to all the people who have been out there donating. Amy Coombs, Lisa, our Georgia Middleman, even Nancy Chase from St. Louis, and we have people from all over the country here joining us for this music, and also Lee Michael Dempsey, who Lee used to have like the big radio show in DC for decades on WAMU for acoustic music and bluegrass, which when I had the band Trapezoid, we did a lot of things with Lee, and I just think he had some of the most interesting, wonderful taste in music. And I hope he's still on the air somewhere. I haven't found it, but Lee, if you're there, pipe in and say where people can hear you. Well, maybe he will after the show here. Anyway, also save some of your questions too. We have at the very end, we'll have a very short get together with the artists where we can all unmute and ask them a couple of questions. So if you think of some things you'd like to ask, we'll do that at the very end also. And I think I'm going to play an instrumental now.
All right, Paul.
I almost always do an instrumental in these concerts. And, you know, I've run out of original instrumentals after a year here, and so I'm going to play a cover. This is the first time I've tried to play a cover, but I worked this week to try and remember how to play this incredible Beatles song that I've always really loved. It's actually a medley of two Beatles songs, and they're two songs that I wish I had written, but that I love. And I send them out to all of you, and especially after that last song from Amy. I send it to you, Amy. Oops. Once more. I can't remember the end. Oops. Sorry about that ending there.
Right.
Well, I didn't deserve that much applause, Cheryl. Oh.
But I have to tell you about this man. You know, we have survived as our love and our coupleness has survived being together during this whole COVID thing. He has his studio, which is down here, and I have a studio that's up on the 3rd floor. And we meet together for lunch, and then we meet together for dinner. But inevitably, every single day, I hear him, whether he's practicing this or whether he's, you know, reminiscing through hundreds, thousands of songs that he's written with other artists. He's written with children. And we spend quite a bit of our days now writing songs with kids, different schools, Colorado. We were in New Hampshire and starting in Virginia.
But a huge amount in Colorado the last month.
It's been, it's yeah.
And it's cold. It's cold out there.
But the kids have been in school and they've written some amazing songs that are very poignant and very reflective of the times, let's just say. But I think through it all, we realize that music has kept our life busy. It's kept it full, and having these concerts gives us a chance just to hang out with friends that we have missed so dearly.
Yes, I think these concerts have just kept us going through this time when we can connect with old friends, we can hear their music, we can offer them a place to play, to perform, to share the music that is stuck deep inside. And so we give these concerts, we call them Because We Have Music. And because we have that music and because we love the music, we love to share it.
So it's always an interesting time on Sundays. We look forward to it, and it's kind of just open, free, loving spirit. Yep. So keep those tips coming. Please be generous, and we're going to swing back around. I've kind of lost track of the number of songs we've all done. I think we're swinging into 4.
4. Yep.
We're swinging into 4.
Right.
All right. So, Burwell, tell us a little bit about what you're going to do.
Okay. So this next song was one of the first songs that I wrote. It's one of the first songs that I wrote when I really started writing and realizing I wanted to do a little bit more with music. I wrote this song called The Beginning, and it was at the end, what felt like the end of a moment in time. And what I realized, and I think what inspired this song, is just that reality that every time something ends, it's the beginning of something new. So I love to end with the beginning for that reason. So this song is called The Beginning. When you met me, I was just a rose, tattered but unshaken by the wind. Winter left me beautifully below, holding on to see the light again. And in the shadow of your grace, all the petals you'll replace. So letting go of everything I know, it doesn't have to be a shame, but it is the end of something different. You'll see it's gonna be the beginning. The beginning. Seasons changing, disengaging. I'm surrounded by the light I'm letting in. All these branches slowly, they're exposed, waiting for the spring to come again. And in the shadow of your grace, all the leaves you will replace. So letting go
shame, but it is the end of something different. You'll see it's gonna be the beginning.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
You know, you have to. I know all of us have been on Zoom meetings, and I know both Amy and Whitney and
Oh, you guys got muted there.
I know that, you know, everyone's done things, and so there's always these buttons and clicking on things, and there's a lot of management that goes on sort of behind the scenes. And Ryan just popped in to remind us that
We're muted.
make sure that we're not muted. It takes a lot to put things together, and it looks simple, and sometimes it seems so easy, but I want to give a big shout out to Ryan, because he spends a lot of time with Paul doing sound checks. Sunday is pretty much starting at noon, things just kind of start having to be, putting everything together, getting everything done, setting up all of the studios. And even though you're stuck seeing our faces, there's just all kinds of things going on all around us. So I want to thank you all for your patience and your kindness as we sometimes press the wrong button, or we press it too late.
Well, that's live for you.
That's live.
Especially at my age. That's really live for you. Oh, I just got a message from Dennis Millward saying, "Hey, Paul, I have a Trapezoid album. Didn't recognize till you mentioned it. An album we made back in 1990 called Cool of the Day." Yes, my previous lifetime in Trapezoid. So what are we going to do?
Well, I wanted to ask Burwell, what's next, and where can we get more of you? If you can put that in the chat, because I think people really enjoy being able to click on and follow you.
Thank you. What's next? I've been in a season of trying to find my voice. As a writer, as an artist, I am pretty shy. So I'm pushing myself to write more and to find my voice. And I'm working on an EP in Nashville. It'll be my first solo EP. So I'm releasing new songs from the past, and I'm kind of stalling until the EP is done. That's what I'm really doing. Now you know. I'll just, just keep putting out old music until the new stuff's done. But yeah, I have a lot of old songs. And I hang out mostly on Instagram. So if you want to engage, Instagram is where I often post what I'm working on and what I'm doing. So I'll share that in the chat, and you can see what I've been up to.
Awesome.
Well, why don't we have Amy do another song, then Cheryl and I will do one, and we'll pass it back to Amy to close us out for the evening.
She'll take us home.
Okay. That helps me decide.
While we figure out what we're going to do next.
Sounds good. That helps me decide what I'm doing then. I'm going to do one from the new record. Like I said, it comes out in April. I wrote this song. I have a dear friend, John Vesner. You guys know him. And he's really one of the reasons. He and Kathy Matea, his wife, are two of the most instrumental people in my life for having moved to Nashville, because I went and stayed at their house, and Kathy drove me around neighborhoods to help me find a place to live. And John's maybe the one person I always take my new songs to just check them out. And I trust him enough, and I love him enough that sometimes he's like, yeah, that's great. And sometimes he's like, can I come into that one? and I listen, because I think he's an extraordinary writer. So this is one that I thought was done, and then it needed some work. And so kind of tore it apart and rewrote it with John Vesner. So it's a co-write with him. It was inspired by going back through my family's picture albums. My dad got diagnosed with cancer in beginning of June, and I had gone home to visit them right after that. And I was going through all of our old picture albums, and I wrote this song for my dad to play to him. And then I never had the nerve to play it for him. So I play it for him now that he's passed. I know he'll hear it. It's called Father's Day. Under the pines of West Virginia, near Blackwater Falls, on a rainy morning, the photograph shows us all. That weekend in the summer, 1972, Mom's behind the camera, I was standing next to you. On Father's Day, on Father's Day, you built a small log cabin west of Baltimore, in the woods where you'd been a forester before we were born. And you'd drive us there on Fridays after working late all week, and make up games to teach us names of trees down by the creek. Father's Day, I learned to read the foliage, and you said, look, 5 fingers or palm. Daughter, it's the leaves that tell. Red maple elm from vagabond, keep talking of the trees, Dad. Your favorite one, the beech, Dad. As you fade away from me, Dad. I wish I could go back there. In my dreams I go there still. When Mom snapped that picture as we stood on the hill, and I stared at the camera like I was trying to freeze the frame, held tight to your hand to make you stay for another Father's Day. Thank you.
You know, I have to say, it's haunting. The melodies, you know, they play in your mind. They play in your, they swirl in your heart, but they also swirl in your mind.
Mm.
And
Thank you, Cheryl.
you know, it's just, wow. I know beautiful, you know, it's funny when you talk about people's music, when you say beautiful, or, you know, it just doesn't do it justice.
Mm. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm running out of descriptive.
Yeah.
I'll work on that for the.
That was so beautiful.
But it is. It's just.
And
you can close your eyes and just be taken away.
Thanks.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Lynn Kuntz wrote, "Your dad would be so proud." And Lynn performed with us a few months ago, and you produced an album for Lynn, I
I
understand.
did. I'm a huge Lynn Kuntz fan. I produced her album that is out and is beautiful. If I do say so myself, even though it's Lynn. It's all Lynn. I just helped her choose the songs and put her in front of a mic. That's all you have to do with Lynn.
That's the best producing you can do. Well, we're going to do a song called No Doubt. We wrote it on Pearl Harbor Day down in Charlottesville, Virginia, with fourth graders at Murray Elementary School. And it's a song that really, well, I'm not sure adults could have written this song because it just says so much about, not everything's a major battle. Not everything needs a fight. It's just a disagreement. This one's No Doubt.
This isn't Pearl Harbor. It isn't World War II. This is just a disagreement, and I disagree with you. Oh, why pick a fight? Isn't that the easy way out? In the end, everyone loses, no doubt. Sometimes we fight for power. Sometimes we fight to get more. Sometimes we fight just to be in a fight, but in the end it makes the whole world poor. This isn't Pearl Harbor. This isn't World War II. This is just a disagreement, and I disagree with you. Oh, why pick a fight? Isn't that the easy way out? In the end, everyone loses, no doubt. Sometimes we fight to be holy. Sometimes we fight to be free. Sometimes we fight 'cause we're blinded by might. Let's open our eyes and let the whole world see. This isn't Pearl Harbor. It isn't World War III. This is just a disagreement, and you disagree with me. Oh, why pick a fight? Isn't that the easy way out? In the end, everyone loses, no doubt, no doubt. This isn't Pearl Harbor. Thank you, Paul.
Fourth graders.
I'll put my headset back on so I can hear.
That's amazing. Fourth graders.
I know, kids just really, they don't quite have all of the filters that we do as adults, They sometimes they're raw. And it's really very exciting, very challenging.
It's been a great gift in my life as I've gotten older to be able to spend all my time with children and co-write with them. I think we've now written close to 3,000 songs with over 70,000 children, and I just love it. It's what keeps me going now, both in my writing and my music.
So before we have Amy take us home, I just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone who's been joined us in our Zoom room, and for those who are following on social media. I want to give a big hand for Ryan. Ryan
and Ashley.
Ashley Cunningham, who's on the sidelines making sure that, it takes a lot of hands to run this program. So thank you to Ashley as well. Woo! All of our Kit Fan Alley support. But I also want to thank Whitney / Burwell for being with us tonight. We're so happy to have had you on, and it's just wonderful. So thank you for adding to our beautiful Sunday.
And thank you all for your donations. I know all the artists really, really appreciate what you're doing there, and so thank you for that. Thanks to all of you who were in the room, and I want to remind you, the next concert on March 14th, you got to hear a little of Georgia Middleman, and you'll get to hear Tom Kimmel also, and Tom is another amazing songwriter. If you were at our last concert with Tom Prasado Rao, and one of our previous concerts with Michael Lilly, the three of them had this wonderful band called the Sherpas together. And I figured it was time we got the third Sherpa on the concert. And Tom is a brilliant writer and singer and wonderful person who also spent time with us at the Virginia Center for the Creative Arts writing songs together. So thanks. Tell all your friends. We'd really appreciate it if you would help spread the word. Tell your friends to come join us on these concerts that happen on the second and fourth Sundays of the month.
And we need to give a tremendous thanks, and we're just so honored to have Amy Speace with us this evening, and to have a chance to catch up and just reconnect. And thank you so much.
Yeah, I miss you guys. I get to see you every year, and yeah.
No, we missed Colorado this summer. Amy teaches with us out in Colorado at Rocky Mountain Song School.
Yeah.
And this past summer we didn't have it, but we're going to have it this summer in August.
I hope so.
So, what are you going to bring us?
I'm going to play a cover.
All right.
I'm going to sing a song that I think is the perfect song for these times. I love this song. It's a Warren Zevon song, and it's called "Don't Let Us Get Sick." And I love this song. It's anyway, I love Warren Zevon, so. And I was supposed to sing this. Actually, the reason why I learned this song is I was supposed to sing it at a tribute show in Nashville at this big venue called Basement East for Warren Zevon, and the guys who put it together asked me to sing this song specific so I could just come out and sing it a cappella. And the Basement East was decimated in the tornado that hit pretty much today last year. And then the pandemic hit. So it has become a song of the times. Thanks, guys, for having me. Don't let us get sick. Don't let us get old. Don't let us get stupid, all right. Just make us be brave and make us play nice. Let us be together tonight. The sky was on fire when I walked to the mill to take up the slack in the line. I thought of my friends and the troubles they've had to keep me from thinking of mine. No, don't let us get sick. Don't let us get old. Don't let us get stupid, alright. Just make us be brave and make us play nice. Let us be together tonight. Now the moon has a face and it smiles on the lake and causes the ripples in tide. Oh, I'm lucky to be here with someone I like, who maketh my spirit to shine. So don't let us get sick, don't let us get old, don't let us get stupid, alright. Just make us be brave and make us play nice. Let us be together tonight. Just make us be brave and make us play nice. Let us be together tonight. Thanks, guys, for having me.
Bravo.
Wonderful. Oh my gosh, another amazing
Yes.
Sunday concert, Paul.
Well, it was wonderful, and we're going to have a short get together. If you have a drink with you, please bring it, and we'll just get together with all the artists in the Zoom room. We're going to do just a couple of things before we do that. One is I want to tell you about a wonderful concert series that our friends at In Your Ear Studios in Richmond, which is a really world-class studio there, they have a Tuesday night concert series, and the tech that they do is amazing. They have like 5 cameras and studio sound, and it just has set the bar so high that none of the rest of us will ever reach it. But it's a joy to hear music over the internet sound and look that fantastic. And also, our next week's show, there's going to be Georgia and Tom, and along with Cheryl and I as hosts. This is a little bit of Georgia singing right now. So we hope you'll join us in the Zoom room. And then here's our ending credits to thank everybody who was with us tonight.